like, not like the young heads in there. And I saw a lot of young heads in there last night. And I saw a lot, Belle Biv DeVoe, Bobby Brown. There was like a lot of big people in there. There was a lot of like, mid-age people. I would say that they had to have 18 to 44 locked in. If not older than that, 18 to 50, I would say. So I was really astounded that it went off the way that it did. Because it was something that was going to be so monumental. And it still was. I mean, isn't it great when we converge in one area? But I want to leave you on this note before we go and set the table. Even in a quarantine, Black people, y'all are something. You know that? Y'all are something. And I never want to be one of those, people that chastises the Black community. Oh, well, if y'all would do this the same way y'all do that, then maybe we would. Listen, here's what I do know. This is something that is really wild that's happening right now. And there are Black people, there are people by and large, but there are Black people who are providing mounds of entertainment just from like their phone and some internet access. Shout out to Ray Janae. Girl, you're something else. You know that? Shout out to Leslie Jordan and just a bunch of just everyday things that happen that fill up your day, that make you laugh, that make you smile, and don't cost you anything. It's rough out here. And the fact that we have the ability to laugh with one another, at one another, whether it be through Teddy Riley and and Babyface and whoever else involved, or it just be through something simple as Leslie Jordan going to the fucking checkout counter. You just gotta find your smiles where you can. Today's going to be a beautiful day outside, so I implore you, get some fresh air. Just step outside of the house for 1 second, get you some fresh air, go for a walk with your mask on. And just, be thankful. Be thankful. Because here's one thing I know. Appreciation gets you more things to be appreciative for. All right, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. And we are back. So weekly, we come together to set the table for a new topic or a situational topic. Whatever the case is. It gives us time to post, talk, and mess about people and talk and mess about ourselves and to one another, to kind of just take a deep breath and just really converge about something more than even ourselves, things that are bigger than us. So during this time, one of the things that I have been mindful of is the way that I treat myself. And what I mean by that is a lot of times I am probably my own worst critic. I definitely feel like I definitely fall under the guise of I should be doing more. My life should look different, blah, blah, blah. And I think that kind of mine spin could really feel like sometimes like I'm a rodent on one of those hamster wheels. And oftentimes, because we are so hyper-focused on ourselves, sometimes we forget, we forget to be kind to ourselves. And it's odd because we focus a lot on ourselves, what we look like, what we want to eat, what we want to watch, what we want to listen to, who do we feel like talking to. But when I say focus on self, I mean deeper than just the superficial wants and needs and desires that take up your day. I mean more of the things that are probably beneath the surface. Things like understanding, things like kindness, things like patience. A lot of times I feel like I lack those things with myself. And by proxy, it comes across that I also lack those things, lack that patience and that understanding with other people. Because just be aware that what you impart on people is oftentimes how you treat yourself. So I always want to be conscious enough to acknowledge that stuff, acknowledge those things. I mean, when you think about it, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. And we can always compare ourselves to other people and what they've been through. But for you, when you think about all that it took to get you to the place that you are, even if you feel like there's a mountain in front of you that you cannot get beyond. Even if you feel that way. And we've all experienced different mountains in life, Sometimes we've made it over. Sometimes we've gotten around. Just depends on what was going on. So you may not be exactly where you want to be. But give yourself the kindness and embrace yourself enough and love yourself enough to acknowledge the fact that for where you are, you're all right. A lot of people wouldn't have made it through. If you haven't had a good cry this quarantine, I am telling you, have one. Have one. Here's something else that I want you to know. Emotions are currents. Crying is a current. It is an emission of energy. So all these things that fuel your energy, sometimes hurt is one of them. And crying is a way that you emit for being hurt. For some people, crying is also a way that you emit for joy. For some people, crying is also a way you emit for gratefulness. I am definitely one of those people. When I think back and when I think about just how good God has been to me and just how much it's taken me to even arrive in the place that I am right now. Yes, my life is not meant to look like anyone else's. So you can either begrudge or be vexed about lacking synchronicity between you and someone else's life. So I am one of those people that when I just feel a moment of gratefulness, I will cry. But I am a crier anyway. I think that it is important for you to emit that energy. It feels like a purging almost. So, I just want to leave you with this. It has been really crazy. Things have either been oddly calm or chaotic for you. You may feel lonely. You may feel depressed. You might be happy right now. You may be indifferent. Whatever it is that you're feeling, just know that you're not alone. Don't be afraid to embrace yourself. Give yourself a hug. Don't be afraid to do something kind for yourself or kind for someone else. And give yourself 5 minutes to think about all of the things that you could be appreciative of and for. I love you so much for listening, and God willing, I'll catch you same place, same time, one of those days on the next week. All right. Peace.